everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. If it is the first time seeing my video, welcome to the channel. In today's tutorial, you're going to be learning how to make this beautiful handfan. Let's get started. So these are the tools and materials that we are going to be using to achieve this beautiful handfan. So you can use any fabric of your choice here. So I'm going to be using this doll face, and I'm going to be using this trimmings. You can use any trimmings of your choice. As you can see, I have different sizes and different colors of trimmings, and I'm going to be using this glue. You can use any glue of your choice. I'm going to advise that you use this acoustic gum that shoemaker uses. Then I'm going to be using this alphabet sticker. You can get it in where they sell decoration material, and you can decide to buy individual letter instead of buying a pack depending on your pocket. Then I'm going to be using this cardboard, this carton. Okay, so you can use any carton of your choice. So let's get started and let us jump right into the specification. So the main thing is this cardboard here. So I'm going to be using 7.5 for the height, and for the width I'm going to be using 11 inches. So I'm just trying to get the shape, and to get the shape that I desire, which is semicircle, I'm getting the midpoint of my cardboard. Remember, we're using 11 inches, so that's 5.5. If you have something to make your semicircle, you can just skip this part and just make your shape before you cut out. But since I don't have, and I want it to be equal, you understand, I want to have autonomy over how the shape is going to come out. Okay, that is why I'm going through this method and this route. So I've drawn the center point, and now the next thing is to get my starting line. Is very important, so I know where everything starts and where it ends. And I'm using this marker to reinforce the visibility so that you can see if you're unable to see with the biro. So after getting all of this, the next thing is to get your shape. You can see what I'm doing. You just mark your shape all around like this, just to get that shape. Okay, just use your discretion, or you can even go ahead and still measure the dimension on those two corners so that you're sure that you have same shape all around. So I've done that, and I'm just using the marker to reinforce so that you can see exactly what is going on. So that's basically all for the shape. It's as simple as that. You can do any shape you desire. The next thing is to cut it out. I made a video on how to make an handfan in my previous tutorial. You can do well to check it out. It was actually a different shape that I used for that. So if you want to go with that shape, you can also check it out. If you don't just want to do this semicircle, you can go ahead and check it out, and you can try it out as well, or you can also be creative. So I noticed that I'm not too comfortable with how light this is, so I decided to just double it up. It depends on the carton you're using. The previous video I made on how to make an handfan, I used just a single layer, okay, because the carton is thick, like 1.5 of this particular one that I am working with. Okay, so I decided to just double it up. Like I said, this is based on your discretion. If you feel that it is thick enough, you can go ahead and just continue and skip this part of doubling it. But I want it to be thicker than this. Okay, that is why I am doubling mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut it all out. And if there are parts that are uneven, after cutting it out, I'm going to trim it off and get the shape that I desire. If you've gotten to this point and you have not subscribed, please make sure you do so. It is up totally free. So now I'm going to use this gum to gum the two together so that they can become one. Make sure that you are generous with your gum. Yeah, be generous with your gum. Don't be like me that I'm stingy with my gum. Okay. That's why I said you should get the F4 stick for. Is it? Yeah, it's the first stick for the one that shoemaker uses for your shoes. So you can get that. Is like a brown liquid. But if not, if you can't get that, you can just use any gum of your choice. Then you just pat it down together so that they become a full just one piece. So now the next thing is to cover our handfan. I'm using this doll face. For the previous one, I used a lace fabric, and I also used the velvet fabric. So do well to check it out so you understand how to work with different fabrics of your choice and different shapes of fan. And if you would like more tutorial on how to make hand fan, let me know. So now for this one, we are going to be cutting out the exact shape. Do not put any allowances whatsoever. After cutting it out, if you still see any excesses, you can do well to just trim it out. Don't forget, for the first layer, make sure that it is exactly the same as the shape of your hand fan. Do not add any allowance whatsoever to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to keep on cutting. If you have any tutorial that you're confused about and you want me to make a tutorial, any design or outfits that you're confused about, just let me know in the comment section. I'm going to try and work on it. So do well to drop it in the comment section. I'll try to work on it in my subsequent tutorial. And make sure you comment where you are watching from and your name. Let us meet each other in the comment section. Now the next thing is to attach this to the main so I'm going to be using the same. We are going to be gumming a lot, okay? So I'm going to just apply my gum all around. Like I said, try as much as well. Just be generous with your gum. Don't be stingy. Be generous with it. So I'm just going to cover the skeleton part of our hand fan. So I'm going to place it like so. Make sure you place it carefully. Make sure there are no air or excesses in between that will make it, not look settled or puffer. And make sure you're generous with your gum so that any parts will not lift after you are done. And if you have any excesses like you see, make sure you trim it out. It's very important. If you don't trim it out after you're done, you will see the result. Okay, so make sure you trim out all the excesses. Make sure there are no excesses. Make sure it is exactly the same shape, the same size as your cardboard. Now if you want to work with the second layer, remember the first one we did not add any allowances, but the second layer we're going to be adding allowances. For this I'll be adding like 1 inch. It is actually very important that you have excesses, that you should not have enough. So after you are done, if you feel that the 1 inch is too much, you can go ahead and you trim it off. So it's important that you have excesses that you can walk around with and you trim off, than for you to not have enough to go around and cover your rough edges. I hope you understand what I am saying. So you go ahead and you just cut it all round, and you trim off the excesses that you do not want after you're done attaching it together. So now I'm just trying to see how it's going to look like after I'm flipping it over to the other side to cover the rough edges. Now the next thing is to put our gum and cover up the other side of our hand fan. Do not forget, be generous with your gum. It is very important. So make sure you like, make sure you share, so that the platform is going to push it out to more people that needs this. Okay, so if you watch to this point and you're yet to subscribe, make sure you do so. It is absolutely free. And do not subscribe below. Put on the notification bell so that you'll be the next to be notified immediately I upload any other tutorial. And it might be the tutorial that you actually put in the comment section, so you never can tell. So make sure you put on your notification bell as well. So now we're going to cover up the excesses. Okay, to cover up the edges with the excesses that we have. Okay, make sure you're generous so that your fabric will not lift. So I'm just doing it gently. Okay, so you can see that we have lots of excesses, but there is no need to worry about it because we can always trim it off. Okay, we can always trim it off, so you don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to, you just keep on putting the gum like so, and you keep on gumming it just like you see me do. So it's very simple. There's a lot of gumming, and and just so it's going to make your work faster and easier. And trust me, it actually lasts. Okay, so it lasts depending on how you worked with it. Yeah, so I am done doing all of that, and I've gone ahead to just trim off the excesses. Okay, so you cut off the excesses enough to accommodate your trimmings. Okay, make sure that the excesses that you have, your trimmings can cover it. If you're using a tiny trimmings, make sure that the one that you flip over is also tiny. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Just make sure that your trimmings is able to cover up the rough edges that is being flipped over to this side. I hope you understand what I am saying. So I'm just trying to see the trimmings that I would like to use, and I decided to settle for this gold trimmings. So now the next thing is to attach it, and as you know that we are using lots of gumming method. Okay, so you're just going to place your gum on it like so, and then you gum it together to your main and fan, and that's basically all. Okay, so I'm just going to do this carefully, and you can see that we are not working with a straight edge, we're working with a curved round edge, so it might be a bit difficult. Yeah, so you just be careful with it. Just be careful and be patient. Okay, so that you don't have like a pocket something all around. So you have to make sure that everything is well rested. You understand what I'm saying? So you just be careful around the rough edges so that it is well rested and you don't have any pockets opening. Okay, so I hope you understand. Once you're doing it, I'm sure you understand better. Yeah, so you just keep on doing it carefully, gently, with your gum, whichever gum that you've decided to use. So just go ahead and then you just do it one at a time, and you can see the way I'm pressing it. So I'm pressing it so that everything will be well rested. Okay, and you can see that I'm actually careful around the curved edge. Like I said, do it one at a time so that you do not have any parts that is lifting up as a result of the curved edge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it around, and after putting it, you can see that the rough edge is actually not showing. So you have to make sure that your trimming is wide enough to cover it. So I am done attaching the trimmings to the Handfan, and you can see the result. You can actually leave it like this. It is totally optional, but for me, I'm going to be spelling out my name. And like I said earlier, that you can decide, if you don't have funds to buy the pack, you can just buy it letter by letter. But in the long run, I'm telling you, it's actually very cheaper to buy the pack. It's cheaper to buy the pack than to buy it individually. Yeah, but like I said, everything is dependent on your pockets, but that's my own take on it. Instead of buying individual letter, just buy the pack. It's going to save you for so many occasions and purposes. So I'm just trying to cut out all of the letters so that I can place it and know exactly where I want it to be. And I've gone ahead to do that. So I've cut out all of the letters that I wish to use to spell out the name that I desire. And you place it, if it's even possible, you can just draw a starting line so that you know where you want to place your alphabet. Okay, so now after you've already spelled it out, the next thing is to attach it to your Handfan. So I'm just going to be using this our gum again. You can use you can use the other gum, or you can use any other gum you wish to use anyways. So you can use the glue gun. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember. You can use the glue gun as well, but I'm just going to use this gum all through, and we are basically done. So you just take your time and you go ahead to arrange it. Like I said, make sure that the spacing is equal all through. Make sure that they are sitting on the same line. These are little things that will differentiate your work from a professional and just upcoming, or just try and error. You understand? So and remember that you're working with gum is going to leave traces. Okay, so you just go ahead and you place it one after the other. So I'm going to do that, and that is all. We are basically done. So if you're going to be trying this out, let me know in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. If you have any tutorial that you would like me to also work on for you, make sure you tag me and you let me know. If you've actually benefited from this platform, let me also know. Put it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. This is the final result. You can see how beautiful this is looking. This is so beautiful, and it can go well with any outfit or any occasion. Your Asoebi, bridal, anything you can desire. And make sure you're also creative with yours. Do yours and tag me. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, I love you.